Knowledge and religion go hand in hand in Islam. These are the very reasons why madrasas exist.
Madrasa sounds very familiar, you know. What's that?
那个我就不懂，我懂是一个学校来的。
Wasn't it like some festival or something?
In 2011, Jason Neo sparked anger with his remark on an Islamic kindergarten school bus. Capturing the children as terrorist trainees, he's not the only Singaporean who's oblivious to the objective of the madrasas. Why are so many of us unaware of these schools, up to the point that some think of them as fanatic training grounds? Like any Singaporean student, Kaisha Najla wakes up early to be in time for school. However, instead of a secular secondary school, Kaisha heads to a madrasa. Madrasa is the Arabic word for school. In Singapore, however, it is a term used specifically for the Islamic schools. They have been around for 106 years, with the first madrasa being established in 1905. However, the lack of community support had it closed down. Fortunately, the madrasa was revived 7 years later. Today, there are a total of 6 madrasas in Singapore, one of which Kaisha attends.
I enjoy being in the madrasa because, obviously because of the friends, and also because it made me love Arabic for the first time, and I've grown to love Arabic as I age. It made me realize what I really want to do and what I really like.
Due to a love for the Arabic language, Kaisha is determined to be an Arabic interpreter. She wants to enter the Al-Azhar University, dubbed by many as the Oxford for Islamic Religious Studies. However, the political situations in Egypt leaves much to be desired, and she might have to turn to other options in the Middle East or Africa. For madrasa students like Kaisha, they'll need to enroll in a religious stream after their O-levels to enter Al-Azhar University. Because the curriculum has 20 rigorous subjects, students are only eligible if their religious exam grades are good enough. For the rest, they have the option to enter the academic stream. It's also not uncommon for some to pursue their ambitions in secular junior colleges or polytechnics. Unfortunately, they face a wave of culture shocks such as vulgarities and the freedom to mix with the opposite gender. In addition, prayer space and time are not freely available like in a madrasa. These students will have to find used rooms to carry out their daily prayers. Male students also need to make special arrangements for congregational Friday prayers, which is obligatory for all male Muslims. However, female students face even bigger challenges. Siti Mastura has studied in a madrasa for 9 years. After her O-levels, she entered Championese Junior College where she had to give up the one thing she dearly protects: her modesty.
On the first day, it was orientation. So I came to school with my school uniform and my tudung. Okay, so when I was assigned to my orientation group, then a couple of teachers, they called me out. Then they explained to me that I have to take out my tudung. So I went to the toilet, then I took out. Then I cried. Yeah. I knew it's a big scene. So yeah, I feel a lot of regret.
Mastura persevered because she wanted to further her studies in university. She would have liked to remain in a madrasa, but none of them could afford to employ their science teachers for A-levels. Financial sustenance is one of the biggest ordeals that madrasas face. In order to upgrade and maintain their facilities, they depend on donations and funds from the community. On average, madrasas need $1.6 million every year for their utility bills, payroll, and maintenance. Due to their dependence on the community funds, madrasas need new students to sustain them. All madrasas need to meet the PSLE benchmark set by the Ministry of Education. In 2008, Madrasah Wat Tanjong did not meet the benchmark of 171. A closer look at the numbers shows that the 39 students who sat for the PSLE actually scored an average of 174. However, due to the inclusion of those who did not sit for the examinations and those who had left the school, the final aggregate became 140.
How can a student who doesn't take examination and you give them marks? And then they took the lowest mark from their government school. You take from there and give it to you. So from there, it brings down the what? The benchmark. So that's where the problem came. I want to ask why.
As a result, the madrasah could not take in students for 3 consecutive years, which aggravates its financial problems. Besides madrasahs, students and their parents face the same problem. With school fees that can reach up to $150 per month, Fatima helps her dad to sell his homemade kathira drink in order to make ends meet.
My dad, he's such a very responsible guy. Yeah, he doesn't let us feel like we don't have enough money. He's very hardworking. He never stops trying. He never run out of ideas how to get money.
Thankfully, there's still hope for these families. Near the end of 2012, the Islamic Religious Council, MUIS, started a financial aid which covers school fees, transportation, and school books for those who need the assistance. This year, the government has also included the madrasah students in the EduSave scheme. These financial aids are beneficial, especially for families with more than one child in a madrasah. Mastura was in a madrasah with 4 of her siblings. At one point in time, her mother had to pay almost $9,000 per month for the education and had to work in 3 different jobs. Why do parents still send their children to the madrasah, even though it's 10 times more expensive than a normal school?
She put us in madrasah even though she knew it was very expensive, the fees, because she believed that once we got the foundation of religion, then we would grow up to be, like, we wouldn't stray from religion in future.
Even with its long history and strong community support, madrasahs have never been officially part of the Singapore education system. Not only that, their students are still being stereotyped, from some who think that they don't learn English, to those who even believe they're involved in terrorism.
That we madrasah, we are not a place to breed, and now coming with a breed of terrorism. No. If you were to look properly, even for the JI group, none of them are from madrasahs. So it's proven, and we'll be very careful about that.
Despite all the judgments, monetary problems and limited facilities, madrasahs have never failed to produce good students. In 2013, a madrasah student achieved 8 A1s for her O-level examination. And 4 years before, Dina Aziz came out as top Malay student with 7 A1s. Although she's now in the National University of Singapore, Dina still comes back to a madrasah to help mentor her juniors in mathematics.
Personally, I do mentoring because I want a reason to come back to my to Ma'arif on weekends. But apart from that, really, it's because I feel that, I was here for 10 years and it really gave me a lot. So I would like to give back in any way that I can, you know. Before everyone starts working and getting too busy with their own lives.
The mentoring program is an example of students and alumni being brought together. This is the spirit of Huwa, or brotherhood, a value that is of utmost importance in the madrasahs. Madrasahs believe with these values, students will continue to support the community until it reaches beyond the walls of these hidden schools.